Pretty and Pop is back, and we are live in the studio. It's Marissa and...
Hi, it's Bethany. That's my name.
Okay, you don't have to be right up next to it. You've been drinking. Get back.
Spirits in the spirit.
And we have our special guest, Bethany. It's Katie Manning Hilton, our psychic medium friend, here with all of her bag of tricks today.
I did. I brought a lot of tricks with me, didn't I?
This is pretty crazy, I think, today, because we've got a whole setup. There's candles. There's a Ouija board that you went out and bought for this. And
rocks, love stones. What do you call them? They're crystals.
I was going to say, Love Stone is a Justin Timberlake song.
I know. But the one that I have there is rose quartz. Mm-hmm. I also have clear crystal quartz. But the rose quartz is to attract love, or that vibration of love in your life. I know. Just put that right in your underpants. Lord knows what I do. I got enough problems.
Okay. Can you actually buy underpants made out of rose quartz?
I don't. You know what?
There might be a market for that.
There might be a market, right? Mm-hmm. That's true. Mm-hmm. They've probably done that in Game of Thrones. But no, I'm kidding. Everything's possible. So I brought that. There's also citrine, which clears everything that kind of raises the vibration, but the clear crystal quartz is probably the best.
And what is it doing for us?
It helps clear the energy as well as raise the psychic vibration. I did not bring amethyst, which I normally do.
Which is my birthstone?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll bring it next time for you. Just for you, bitch. Just for you.
Should we have any of these in our home? Would you recommend this?
I would. And there are people, and I am not one of those people, but there are people that actually know specifically for each house issue or your personal issues what you should be carrying, like in your pocket.
Really?
Or what you should have at your home, like smoky rose or smoky quartz, like at your doorstep, and there's all different ones. I like citrine because citrine is self-clearing, and it also brings prosperity. So it's really good for career.
Yeah, let's put that right in the
Hey,
middle.
if we can have that right here in our hands, that'd be awesome.
If you put that one in our underpants,
keep that.
I'm gonna put that right here in the pile. We're
you
good.
can keep that. You can keep that one. You can keep that one.
Okay, good. Thank you.
There you go. This right now.
Yeah, a lot going on. You can carry that. I always give that like when I go to different places like hairdressers and stuff, and I tell them to keep it right in their register.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
You're like the most thoughtful. Like, I love
People
it.
don't think that about me.
Who doesn't
We do.
think that?
I know.
You're a precious little gem.
So
a nugget.
it's interesting that you just gave us these. And again, what was this?
That's citrine.
Okay, so
and you can
citrine.
look up. There's more properties connected to it, but it's self-clearing. So some of the stones, like the clear crystal and the rose quartz, they're not self-clearing.
They collect it, and then you have to cleanse them?
During like the new moon, you should clear them. I know. That's
so this is like a set it and forget it kind of thing.
I like that. I'm going to use that, girl. Yeah, set it and forget it.
Okay, I like that.
And you can put that with those, and it helps clear those as well.
Okay, so the citrine is good because, as we were talking before we started recording, a lot of things have happened since the last time you were here.
Oh, yes.
There's been job loss. There has been
very little job gain.
And there's a lot of our listeners who are wondering what kind of things you are seeing now for us.
Yeah,
So-
it's actually been really sweet, and thank you to those of you who reached out, because they are following us, and they want to make sure that we're going to be okay, and it's really sweet.
Yeah, and there was one person earlier that was like, "Oh my God, I hope Katie has some really good things to say to you girls." Like, and we're like, "Okay, she might not, but let's see."
Okay, let's be calm. Okay, she got those quartz though.
First of all, the first thing I want to say is what we were talking about upstairs while we were getting our cocktails.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. Is we just went through, as Alex Bradley, one of my very good BFFs. I adore him. If anybody knows him on Facebook, make sure you follow him. He is wonderful. Anyways, we have 5 planets that are retrograde, which always makes things crazy. And we have which one of them is Mercury retrograde, and so that makes you go.
That makes you grumpy.
Well, a little bit. Everybody gets grumpy during all that time.
Okay.
But it also makes you go inward. It makes you want to. It's very hard to communicate. So whether it has to do with your cell phones, whatever it is, But it's really about going inward and trying to set goals. Where do you want to be? What do you want to do next? So it's about your dreams and your ambitions. The other part of that is we just had a new moon. So the new moon is about also setting intentions. What are your wishes? But you have to be very specific. You know, if you have a list of the kind of guy you want in your life, the kind of love you want in your life, be specific. If you say, you know, I want the guy with the truck, I want the guy that, you know, has a good job, you better make sure that he also isn't married. So let's list that all out.
I mean, not that we would know anyone like
No,
that.
No, nothing like that. So let's make sure you list out being very specific about your wishes and your intentions.
See, you were telling me about this upstairs, and I don't know about you, but I was like slightly confused about that. Like, you really truly think that you should make a list? Or
I absolutely think you should make a
All
list.
right.
And then the other part of that is the things about you that no longer serve you, that you no longer need in your life. So whether it has to do with bad behavior, your thinking, maybe it's negative thoughts about yourself, or people.
She pointed to you.
Oh, no, she did.
I did not.
You
I'm
did
trying to
too.
make
You
sure
did
that
too.
kinda
I got
did.
it on film. You did too.
It's okay. It's
Trying to do this with both hands. I'm trying to do
It's a lot
the Disney.
of-
Trying to do the Disney.
I
hand
just want
thing.
to point out that I think you subconsciously don't even realize when you are doing it to her, and it's always accurate. Always. And you know it.
So just keep doing it to me.
Okay.
You know I'm right.
So I list out the negative thoughts
Mm-hmm.
and of the things you want to let go.
List them.
List them of what no longer serves you.
Okay.
What you know is negative self-talk, people, things like that. And burn the list. Alex says to plant the ashes in your backyard. You can do that.
Okay.
I sometimes rinse them down the sink.
I've actually suggested that to you before, where you write down what you're feeling,
Right.
but get rid of it. Don't go back and rate it, because that doesn't help.
No.
It doesn't
No, you
help
burn
to
it.
get it out,
No.
because then you're just putting it back in.
No. Get rid of it.
Okay.
And really, really get rid of it. Like free yourself of it.
Okay. I'm into that.
Really, really good.
Now that you're talking about me.
So behind us, in kind of inclusion of that, you know, you can get the different stones. I also light my candles.
Are these just the candles from Price Chopper?
You can get them from Price Chopper. You can go into. I go to Hannaford. Okay. And you can get like in the what is that? The aisle there.
Yeah.
No, I'm just seeing this as Goya, so
the
this is like,
international aisle.
this is where they got the fancy beans and stuff.
Yeah, these
Yeah,
are from the grocery
exactly,
store.
exactly. But what you're really going for is the color.
So they, okay, all right, so I'm
So
here, there's like,
these have the saints or the angels, and like these
So
are
that
just.
one looks happy.
That one looks happy.
She's like a happy little cherub or something.
Yeah.
Yes, but what do you think the pink? What does that make you feel?
love.
You got it, girl.
Aw.
So love of self. Let's start with that. So I know,
Yeah,
I know.
put that right there in the sleeve too.
Love. That's the first thing we have to start with is, do you love yourself? So before anybody else, whether it's your audience, in our case, we all have an audience, but love of self, and then the people around us. So that's what that's for.
Okay.
And then this one is orange, which is prosperity. It's a lot of different things. So you got to look up the different colors.
Okay.
And yellow is for happy. White is for clearing. Alex is probably going to butcher me on this. Red is for attraction and passion. I know.
That's also
Not
going
about
to
sex.
Bethany's
Sex,
sleeve.
sex, sex. That's what that was for.
You got it.
This one gets lit all the time. It's lit. It's lit all the time. It's in my window.
Yeah, that one is burned down quite a bit.
No, I got about 20 of those. They're like, what's this lady in Hannaford doing?
Well, it's
Getting
red-
a lot
There's
a
of
lot of
action.
red candles.
Jeez.
Actually, if you believe in any of the Wiccan, you can write the name of the person that you love on the candles. Yeah. Or the job you want. You can. If I had a green candle, you can put that on for money. But the job you want.
You didn't bring the green
I
one with
didn't
you,
bring it.
and you know we're both unemployed, Katie?
I know. I didn't have a big green candle.
I'm just saying.
I'm sorry. I didn't have a big green candle. I didn't think of it. And then blue is sometimes legal issues. So if you have a legal issue, you can have that. But you can write the names on that.
No, I'm fine with legal.
Okay, there you go. And sometimes people will say oh, you burned a black candle. Black candles actually help clear negative energy, evil energy as well. Sends it back to where it came
What'd you
from.
say the white was again?
It clears, it like makes like positive energy around you.
So if you have just like a white candle in your home, is it doing that, or does it have to be the Price Chopper?
Well, you're kind of
The
no,
gold
it
version.
can be the Price Chopper one, but it's basically you putting the energy. You're putting your intention.
You're burning it because you'd like that.
Right.
Okay,
Like
I
when
got
you
it.
put that, you're not just burning a pink candle or a purple candle or whatever it is. You're putting the intention when you light the candle or the rose candle, whatever it is out there.
It's not just because you want that soft
Right. Like
cotton scent.
I brought incense as well. And when you burn the incense, the different incense has different smells. Like there's cinnamon and things like that, lavender. And that's also for different times of the year that you do that, whether you're setting an altar for this, like for attraction. Same thing.
Which one should you burn for attraction?
Well, like cinnamon is like for love.
Okay.
And there's other ones for prosperity. And yeah, so.
All right.
So you just got to check out what they are. So I think lavender is another one that helps calm things down, but you might want to try cinnamon.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're asking, I think it's cinnamon.
Okay.
All right.
Cinnamon's never really been big for me.
Huh?
I don't really care for cinnamon.
Well, we can find other ones. Sage and things like that.
Okay, fine.
So one of the things too about clearing energy is sage. So sage wands, I suggest on the full moon and the new moon, but most people do it on the new moon. But you can do it anytime.
You can buy this?
You can. This one is made. This was sent to me.
That's very cool.
By a client, and they probably grew it.
Do you have to
Was your
have...
client a witch?
I do not believe she was.
Or maybe Bob Marley, because of the way that is
It's very,
created.
it's very like
It's like a
professional.
giant blunt. Like,
It is like a giant blunt, and when you do it, it actually smells like a blunt.
Oh.
all right.
I think one of the funniest stories with my son when I was saging the house. I don't use sage much. I was saging the house, and my son came flying down the stairs. He was in high school, and he goes, "Who's smoking?" He goes, "It smells like weed." And
You're
I
like,
go,
don't worry about it.
"How do you know what weed smells like?" And he goes, "Oh, I don't."
I went to the Dave
Just-
Matthews show. That's
Yeah,
how. That's
exactly.
how. And fish.
But anyways, when you burn it, the reason for smudging is to clear the energy and to allow positive energy to remain.
You can do this yourself?
Yes,
Or-
I recommend that people do it themselves.
It smells good.
And I have one. I don't have it in here. I have one that's Palo Santo. I prefer it. It's a stick of wood, and it is from South America, and that's usually what I give clients most of the time. If you're a client of mine, and I think that they need to clear their own energy. So
But what's just the easiest way to sage if you're just a civilian, like just a regular person?
you take, the wand, or you take the stick, you light
Maybe
it.
just the canister from your spice cabinet.
No,
no,
not
okay,
that kind of
okay,
sage. So you light it and you blow it out so it's smoky.
Mhm.
And I've actually done a little video online.
Oh, okay. All right.
But you take the smoke and you can go like this all around yourself. Or you can have somebody else do it for you, but you want to get all around. And you're basically thinking of that white light energy coming in all around yourself. And kind of, if you think of negative energy being almost like coal dust, and it's just kind of rinsing off or falling off of you. That's
pointing to
all.
Marissa now.
Kind of just.
I mean, I
kinda-
don't have any negative energy.
She does not.
Aw, that's
She
precious.
does
See?
not.
She already said upstairs, she's like, you feel really good.
Oh, perfect.
She
I
does.
told you.
She does feel really
You feel
good.
good.
She does feel
I
good.
probably feel better to you than I have.
Yeah, she doesn't feel as uptight.
Mhm.
So, and it's not just because we're drinking.
No, it has nothing to do with drinking.
No, it has nothing to do with the booze. Nothing.
All right, so when you sage, what will happen then?
You'll feel actually a little bit lighter. I think everybody does. I do find with a lot of my students and clients, they talk about dreams afterwards. That they have, if they're a person that is prone to that, they'll have more vivid dreaming. Like it seems to open up like the third eye, or they have more vivid dreaming. Not nightmares, but more vivid dreaming.
Okay.
So it's like it kind of opens up the channels. Now, if you need to, some people go to, it sounds so hippie, but they go to drum circles. They go to, they can use singing bowls. They can go to somebody that does Reiki. They can go and do a labyrinth. And the labyrinth, you walk the labyrinth and it helps clear your energy as well.
I want to do a sound healing.
That's the singing.
Cool. Yeah.
That's the singing bowls. And you have somebody that's probably more Reiki certified, and they do the healing on your body. I like to have somebody else do the work on me because I have to do so many things in my own life that to kind of let somebody else take the reins, it's really nice to just go on autopilot. So I actually recommend finding something that resonates to you, like that, like you just said, sound healing. Find, because we know a woman that does the harp, and the harp healing is really, really.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Oh, it's outstanding. My friend Michelle Lyons, who gave me the pendulum today and the dowsing rods, it's her friend that does the harp healing. And it's absolutely amazing. She helps cancer patients, and she's tremendous. Yeah. All of this work, most of this work ties in with a lot of hospice and...
Wow.
Well, everything's kind of so connected.
It is.
And I think once
but you think, too, it also goes back to ancient healing. None of this stuff is new. This is thousands of years old. It's just that we're kind of they call it New Age, but it's really old age.
Right.
It's really, before they had modern medicine, they had to come up with, they had to use something to make people feel better, and this is what they used a lot of the time.
Right.
To kind of explain things and do things.
So, yeah, pendulum.
Oh my god, this. So I'm like super into hypnosis, and I did this with my hypnotist the other day.
So you did it, or the hypnotist did
They did. I held it, and they told me what to think, and it, like they. Do you know what I'm trying to say, right? And I was freaked out. I was like, this works. Like,
I think it's fascinating that your hypnotist did it with you.
Well, she's very much into Reiki and other things too, and I'm learning all of that, and I'm so into like opening myself up to that right now. Like,
so because this is borrowed, it is not programmed. So Michelle will probably be like, oh, she didn't program it. But so
okay. Do
you
want me to move this?
No.
Okay.
I'm just going to use it as like a quick demonstration, but you can ask it yes or no.
This is going to blow your mind.
Okay, I'm watching.
But you can ask yes or no questions.
Right.
And usually your yes or no can kind of...
If you're just listening to the podcast right now, she's got like, it almost looks like a necklace with like something hanging on the bottom. That's what she's holding up right now.
Very charged. So Michelle Lyons Polito, my dear friend, and I love her, lent this to me, and they're all Reiki charged, and of course it's already starting to work.
So back and forth is yes and no.
Right, it's yes.
and this way would be no.
Right, so it's giving me a total yes that it's ready.
Okay, so do we?
So we would say. So here's what
we're
we're gonna do. I'll say, is Bethany's hair blonde?
I already started to say
So you're
no.
100% no. Horizontal to Katie is no. Perpendicular to Katie is yes. Are Katie's nails sparkly?
Hang on, it's going to start to go in a circle. See,
It's
as
going to
switching.
correct itself, and then it's going to go to yes.
What?
I told you! Okay.
You can see I'm not moving.
Is Marissa's dog named Penny?
That's ridiculous.
Is Marissa's cat named Sam?
And circling because it's
Because to go back and forth to no. But she's not the only one that can do it. You can do it too.
Yeah, do you want to try?
I don't think so.
Yes, try it. It's crazy.
But all you got to do is just like I did, and hold, when you want it to clear, Marissa, go like that down the pendulum.
Okay.
And just breathe and relax.
Think
happy thoughts.
think something right now that's...
I don't have any happy thoughts, Katie.
Stop it. Think like right now something yes to see if it'll go yes.
All right, ready?
So something easy.
Is my favorite band Hanson? Don't laugh at me, Katie.
But watch, this is what I learned. Make it go big.
What do you
Bigger. Say, think bigger. Think how much you love Hanson. Look how much bigger it's going to get.
Oh.
Think about how much you love Penny, your dog. And think about how much bigger.
It seems very confused.
I love it. Like, I'm like dying about this. Like, this is the most incredible thing that I've ever seen. So,
Somebody else asked me something.
okay. Does Merce have pants on right now?
I mean, technically I have a form of pants
Oh, but
on.
look at it.
No, it looks. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, no, I did. I just watched it shift.
you see how like it circles? It,
Yeah.
It changes.
It circles.
Isn't
Now,
this, like, are you diagram?
pendulums are amazing. A lot of times they use them on ghost hunting.
Mm-hmm.
They'll use them to clear, like Michelle uses it and Brenda Jenks uses them for clearing. They'll be able to tell. When I say clearing, they'll go into a place and they'll find if there's enough, like if there's entities or spirits in a place, and they can actually ask how many entities are in a place, and it'll tell them like the countdown.
So basically, I could be like, "Is my dad's mom next to me right now?" And
Right, and it'll start
react.
starting to answer as you're kind of doing it as a.
And she is.
Yep.
Because she always is. Hi, Grandma. Like, do we see how much it's swaying?
And like you
See,
can
I
actually
think
do it. So like sometimes people think, is it the influence because my arm is like up
Yeah,
like
but no,
this?
I feel like a pulse, and
That's usually what happens, and then sometimes it's even stronger. Like it'll start flying.
but like
So-
it literally like
But
it was doing it
pendulums
all on
have
its
been
own.
around for thousands of years. Like this isn't a new thing. So one of the first times I was ever introduced. This is dowsing. Dowsings
love
have
it
been
so much.
used by people that do like douse for water, for bodies, whatever. And one of the first times I was blown away. A woman was doing dowsing. I was teaching a class years ago out at a place in Duanesburg. And she could douse. And she had marked on it like the years, or numbers, excuse me, on one of the rods. And there was probably about 20-something students in the class. And I had moved, so I was behind her, and she was doing the instruction. And she's asking questions, and every time she'd ask a question, it would answer, because the rods will cross. And then it would point to me.
Because were they coming through you? The answers?
I have no idea. So I'd move, and then it would answer again, and wherever I moved to in the room, it would find me and point.
Mm-mm.
So I was like, all right, this is really creepy. So I got behind her, and then the rods went all the way like this. No! And I was like, does that normally happen? And she's like, no, that doesn't normally happen. So whatever it was kept trying to communicate directly to me, whatever was in the room. But I never had an experience like that. Now, normally, I haven't worked with these in years.
These confuse me a little because I don't know what the practical use would be.
It's the same thing. You ask questions.
Okay.
So you can ask any kind of questions. Now, normally, I would use, if I had Michelle loan these to me, my pendulum went missing, and Michelle said that means that it doesn't want to be found. If you lose stuff like this, it just doesn't want to be found. And that kind of stuff, when we have things like this, like our tarot cards.
That's that's more than I can handle.
Now, what does it mean when you lose a guitar stand? Because that happened when I moved.
Oh, well, then probably the mover stole. No, any of that kind of stuff. This is rarefied to us. That's
This is
that's
spiritual. This is
It's
something.
spiritual,
Yeah,
right.
this is
They've been
something.
Reiki, they've been,
Mhm.
So either it's been passed on to somebody else that really needs it,
Mhm.
or it doesn't want to be found.
Wow.
I know. So I can't find my dowsing rods, and mine usually have straws on them, so I'm not touching the rods. So they move
Yeah,
on their
touching
own.
rods is dangerous.
I know, I did that once.
STDs.
I know, exactly. I did it in the 80s. Wound up with a cold sore.
It was a crazy decade. It was a crazy decade.
I woke
Thank God
up
for
with my
penicillin.
sweater. Oh my God. All those damn rods. Okay.
Oh my God.
But we don't have strong.
All right, I got a question for those. Is Katie telling the truth about all of the rods
No.
in the 80s?
Oh Jesus.
What happens for no?
No is a way. Yes is a cross.
It's crossed so much.
Honey, there's a lot of rods in the 80s.
Yeah, but what about now?
Oh my God.
Does Katie touch a lot of rods now?
It went to say
No.
no.
It's trying to correct me. It's trying to do the same thing. Come on, Marissa.
Okay, what's a better question? Should we ask something that is job related?
I don't know if I can handle the answer.
Wait, it's moving on its own. It wants you to.
Okay. 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 All right. I got one. Is the podcast going to get picked up for syndication?
Is that a no?
That's a yes. That's yes.
I don't understand.
Oh, what do you mean? It's a yes. I asked a question. I said
Crossing is yes?
Yes, crossing is yes. If it opens wide up.
That's a no?
Yeah.
All right, I want to test a no. So let's ask them that's a clear no.
Wait a minute. Look at. It's moving like all on its own. Like going back open.
Because I need to be.
we need to be crystal clear on this.
What's a no?
Okay, this is freaking me out. Michelle, your rods are killing me.
Penicillin will help that.
Exactly.
Okay, is Bethany's hair blonde?
It's definitely pointing to no.
Oh my God, it's hitting the microphone.
Okay,
All right. Okay, reset, rods.
I think you could just.
I don't know, I'm
Ask
trying.
it a
I
yes.
want
I wanted to do it. I want to see if it will.
We have another question for you.
Hang on.
Go ahead.
Do we ask the same thing?
No, ask something different.
Okay, that time I came back a little bit. Okay.
Do we need to take other jobs before we get offered syndication? What does that mean?
Hang on.
It's just as unsure as we are.
Maybe it was too much of a question.
Okay. Ask a specific question. Is one of the jobs that you're interviewing for going to be your job?
Okay.
Ask about you.
Maybe it's one of you has to take a job.
Go for you first.
Okay.
And then do me.
Do me.
Am I currently talking to somebody that is going to hire me?
Yep. You can feel it pulling.
Well,
Am I currently talking to someone who's going to hire me?
I mean, that looks pretty much like a yes.
It didn't come back out. Hang on. This is freaking me out.
It's not really giving me any clear answer.
So ask it again.
Am I currently talking to someone who's going to hire me?
Yes. That actually went faster.
Is it the same person?
Yep.
What do you mean by the same person? For both of, what do you mean?
Is the same person going to hire both of us?
So, the one that we're not excited about?
I don't know. I mean, it could be anything.